Hello, welcome back to SparkleDart. How you doing today? You know what? I went on a vacation one time to Cozumel, and it was a real fun day. But honestly, you know what? I could never go back to the tropics. I think the tropics are fine for people who maybe enjoy them a little bit more than I do. But honestly, I'm very fair-skinned and I've got very light skin. I sunburn like a banshee, and because of that, I can't stand to be in the heat for more than a little bit. And not the heat, but the sun. The sun is different. You can be in the sun and it's maybe not necessarily that hot, but if you go in the sunlight, which is where the ultraviolet radiation is, and it wants to come and get you and go into your pores and everything like that, then you're like, well, maybe I should put on some sunscreen or wear a turban or stay indoors and play my Queen albums really loud and then like read a book instead of something like that. Maybe that'd be better for me, better for the person that I am, the person that I've always been. You know, it's not like you have to it's not so much like you have to give in to all sorts of peer pressures. You know, I went there with my family and it was fun. I can't say that I didn't have fun going there, but the thing is that you know, like I said, I got sunburned, and then I didn't enjoy the rest of it on the first day, and I didn't enjoy the rest of the vacation, which was 7 days long. And then I had to sit in an airplane, and it was uncomfortable because I'm a tall man. I'm a very tall man with a very tall body and legs, and you know, just an unpleasant experience all around. Even though I had fun, you know, you spend time with the family, you got to do that. You got to let them know that you love them and that you're not ashamed of them and embarrassed about what they are and who they choose to be. Even if you might be, you have to pretend that you're not. And that's really what being a responsible adult is all about, is pretending to be something that you're not. And you know what, if that's really what being an adult is all about, then honestly, I think maybe that we need to try to reconfigure our society in a way that makes it less. Alright, well, that was a blunder. That was a blunderbuss. I made a mistake. You know what? You have to be able to admit when you make mistakes, and I just made a mistake. So thank you for berating me so thoroughly. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. So, anyways, I was talking about, you know, you go to the tropics, you go swimming in the ocean, you go hang gliding or parasailing on the boat, and it's fun. And you're like, well, look at me, Mom, I'm flying. I'm like a kite, but you're more like a human on a parachute is what you're more like. And then you look down and you see dolphins riding the waves. It's cute because dolphins are my favorite animal. Bottlenose dolphins, Amazon river dolphins. You know, any dolphin will do. Any dolphin. Can you believe that there's species of dolphins and species of manatees that live in a river? They both live in the Amazon River, which is the biggest river in the world, I believe. If it's not, it's the Nile. Maybe, I think the Amazon might be, I think the Nile might be longer, but I think the Amazon has more tributaries and more outflow. If that makes sense, like, more water moves in the Amazon than moves in the Nile, but the Nile is longer. And the Nile, you know what, fun fact about the Nile River, it actually flows north. And if you know why that is, it's because the part of Africa where the Nile River starts is at a higher elevation than the part of Africa where the Nile River ends, which is the Nile River Delta in Egypt. And if you know anything about Egypt, it's right in the Mediterranean Sea, which is where the Nile River flows to. Now, the Mediterranean Sea is it's a very comfortable region, I guess would be a good term for it. They've got very nice food, very nice delicacies, lots of things you can eat there, like pita breads and cucumbers and hummus, and you know, it's just a fun time. You can get all sorts of nice foods there. It's, you know what, it's great. If you've ever been to Europe, like Italy, or a more vacationable country than Egypt or Lebanon or Jordan or whatever countries, then you know what I'm talking about, because those places kind of hostile towards first world, well, not necessarily first world countries, but Americans, and which I'm American, so I can admit this. I don't think there's anything wrong with being American. I just think that America is a very self-indulgent country with a lot of self-righteous people who maybe don't understand the plight of their fellow man very well. And, you know, it's when you live in basically what is a hug box, which is I think the term that they use. America is a country where things don't ever really go wrong for people. I mean, they do, obviously they do, but there are, I mean, if you own like an iPhone and a computer and you have a car, then you're like better than 90% of the world. Not better, you're not better, you're more well off. You're more well off than like 90% of the world, because most of the world lives in places where we dump old electronics and plastics that we can't find a home for in our own country. So we took to paying other countries to dump our trash into, you know? And, I mean, maybe they find use in our trash. I don't know. Maybe they do. Well, that sucks. And if not, then I think that we're causing more issues than we're probably solving, you know? If you've ever gone to a place like Sri Lanka or the Philippines or Cambodia, then you'll notice that a lot of people have a lot of, like, weird deformities. They've got, like, weird, like, tumors and growths and weird shapes on their bodies, even in, like, places like Argentina, South America. And I think a lot of the reason for that is that... No, that guy's mad. That we dump a lot of our trash there. And if our trash is poisoning the world, polluting other countries, every episode burps, then I think we gotta stop, you know? I don't want to be that guy who says, settle down, dog. Right, okay, I can get behind this. This is fine. That's not so fine. Yeah, so stop dumping trash. If you decide to stop dumping trash, then just know that that was my idea, and you have to credit me. You have to pay royalties to me for that idea. Because that is my idea, and I will not stand for people profiting off of the things that I say and the things that I choose to be. So, yeah. That's all you gotta know. That's all you gotta know. That's all I ask that you know. That's all I ask that you understand. So, thank you. I am SparkleDart. That's my name. Like I said, that's my name. So if you want to credit me SparkleDart, copyright 2015, and then 2000, whatever year it is that you decide to copy me. And if this is like 1,000 years in the future that you're watching this video, then 3,000. You know, you know the drill. You know how it goes. You know how copyrights work. Maybe copyrights will be different in the future. Oh, fun fact about copyrights: Disney is actually the company most responsible for copyright laws in this country, because their Mickey Mouse was supposed to expire like 20 years ago or something, because I think the idea is that a copyright expires a certain number of years after its creator dies, and Walt Disney has been dead for a while, of course, that's right. So Mickey Mouse's copyright was supposed to have expired, and Disney fought the law, and Disney won. It's like the opposite of that one song, right? So they wound up getting their copyright extended, and at the same time changing our national copyright laws. Nice.
My time is up.
So thank you, Disney, for I just want Mickey Mouse to be in the public domain so that I can use him in my the raunchy porn videos that I plan on making in the future, and not have to pay you royalties or damages or anything for it, because if, you know, I want to profit off of your character just as much as you want to profit off of your character. And is that selfish of you to keep that character under your belt so that nobody else can take him and use him for profit? Yeah, I think so, it is. Now, there was a man recently in, I believe, Seattle, who worked at a coffee shop. Maybe he was the manager there. And what happened was he threw a party themed like Pokemon. And when he did that, the Pokemon Company, whatever it's called, the Pokemon Company, I don't know what the company's actually called, they didn't file a cease and desist letter. What they actually did was they just straight up gave him a fine of like $4,000. They didn't even give him a chance to fight it in court, and I believe he still could. But the thing is, you can't use an intellectual property like that for profit. So what this guy did was he threw a Pokemon-themed party. Okay, and he He threw a Pokemon-themed party, and he charged people $2 for admission. And when he did that, he was making a profit. If you even break even when you throw a party like this, then that's considered making a profit. Breaking even is making a profit, and maybe that sounds a little bit ridiculous, but honestly, it makes sense. You can't. It's not like you can just take Cars. You can't take Cars and make like your own Cars movie, because Disney and Pixar owns the right to Cars, and that's their thing, and you can't just take that. If you take that, they'll come after you with a hatchet, and you don't want to get hatcheted. Nobody wants to get hatcheted. So don't steal Cars. Don't steal aeroplanes. Don't steal. That's all you gotta do. It's not hard not to steal. All you gotta do is do nothing. It's like it's not hard not to not eat. You just gotta not pick up the fork and start shoveling, right? That's all you gotta do. It's not like it's a big hassle, and it's not like there's anything wrong with indulging in a little bit of in food, because I love food. I'm a man who loves his food. I can eat steak all day, and potatoes, and salmon, and tuna, and candy. I like candy, like bubblegum and taffy. And I think food gets a bad rap. I think the biggest culprit in this country as far as obesity goes is actually things like soda, pop, and anything that shuts down your thyroid gland, which includes certain chemicals that you can find in your drinking water. So if you want to avoid that sort of thing happening to you, then all you got to do is just filter your water. Get a water filter. It doesn't have to be super expensive. You can do whatever you gotta do. You can filter any sort of water with any sort of filter and still have it come out okay. You can get like a $20 filter from Walmart, Target, Best Buy, Home Depot, Radio Shack. Probably not Radio Shack, probably not that one, but Home Depot, almost certainly. So just go to Home Depot and then filter your water. It's not hard. It's not hard to do. Trust me, I know all about water. I know all about water. I'm like 75% water. You think you know more about water than me? You're ridiculous. You're an absolutely ridiculous madman. You're a mad boy with a lot of mad ideas, and you watch mad TV, and you subscribe to Mad magazine, and you're just a mad guy. So stop being mad. That's all I'm asking. Just stop being mad. So thank you for watching SparkleDart. Yeah, that's what we're doing today. Okay, goodbye, moi.